We are here to celebrate non-party stakeholder climate action, to present ACE-AT and the Digital Art for Climate initiative, and Catherine is one of our core partners in this initiative. You will hear more about later. Altogether we will only speak 15 minutes, and then we are welcome to help yourself with food and drinks. Dr. Hayes, could you please say a few words about how you see today's Youth and Public Empowerment Day and ACE-AT project?
Yeah, thank you very much, Miro. It's a pleasure that you are here. Thank you for joining us. It's really a pleasure that this time, for 2 years now, we are able to meet physically again. So it's really a pleasure, and we celebrate. Today we celebrate. We had a nice side event, a hybrid one, during lunchtime, and now it's time to celebrate ACE-AT as project, because it's really important for us. As Miro said, partnership with non-party stakeholders, with the youth, that's definitely also important. This is key. This is key for implementing the Paris Agreement. It is key for moving on in the climate crisis, to act against the climate crisis. You know the 6 elements of ACE, and it's not only education and training, it's public awareness, it's public participation, and of course your participation is highly appreciated. So we really want to celebrate with you here, and I wish you all a nice evening. Some food and drinks are prepared for you, and I won't speak longer because every word prevents you from eating and drinking. I don't take my 15 minutes, and I hope some of the ACE negotiators can also be with us. I know they are still busy in things, so I sincerely hope that we manage to get a good work program for the next years to continue with ACE, and this would be really my wish, to have a Glasgow work program to continue with even more strength than before. So thank you very much. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you very much. And may I give the floor now to Alex, who is our host here, UNFCCC Pavilion, Resource Mobilization and Partnerships Unit. We are so happy that we are welcomed here. Please, if you say something about your work and your space here.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the UNFCCC Pavilion. On behalf of the UN Climate Change Secretariat, when we were approached by Miro and the ACE-AT project team with the offer, or with the idea of hosting this, we were delighted to accept, and I think it's the best way to close the Youth Day at COP, is to be here, to be together, to celebrate even small achievements, like even big achievements. Everything is important. Everything that everyone is doing here matters. And just to share something very quickly that I saw when I was coming up here, I saw the youngest delegate here at COP. He's 1 year old. Beautiful. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the evening.
Thank you once again for your hospitality. Tim, ICOS is a core partner of our work. Could you say what ICOS is and youth perspective? You are quite experienced youth now.
Thank you, Miro, I think. Welcome, everyone. Yes, so ECOS is the Education, Communication, and Outreach Stakeholders Community. It's one of the informal NGO groupings, so the little siblings of the constituencies. And it's entirely focused on ACE. And we've really gone through an amazing growth in ECOS lately. We had, during these challenging pandemic times, a lot of remote engagement. We did an engagement process to redesign the organization and improve it, and we're already seeing results of that here as we become stronger and better connected for ECOS here with the process. And we've got now regional liaisons that are working to help us to be fully globally inclusive, and I'll give a shout out to one of our regional liaisons who happens to be here, Disha Sarkar from India. And as with many of you, we've been pushing very hard on these ACE negotiations. You know, there have been many of our huddles, and many of our colleagues have been camping out in the building there near the negotiations. And hopefully that will be a strong decision. It will reflect a lot of the demands that we've had, but whether it does or doesn't, the key thing is what we're also doing right here, where we're building all of our connections, strengthening our collaborations, especially after this incredibly tough delay and all this virtual engagement. So it's very special what we have here to be together. Appreciate this opportunity, and let's carry forward the momentum from COP26 so that we deliver what is really needed and not just whatever was feasible from the process from this COP, and live up to the energy of all the strikes and the momentum that's happening outside of this space where we're very privileged to be. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Tim. Yes, let's celebrate collaboration, and let's celebrate also collaboration with ICLEI. Yunus Arikan is with us, also one of the core partners of ACE-AT project. And the cities and local governments, they are really those who connect with the people, with young people. They can provide opportunities and resources, and you are guiding global community of states, of cities and local governments. Thanks for being with us, and please a few words of welcome.
Thanks a lot, Miro. Thanks a lot, Miro. Also, great appreciation to the Austrian government for making us united and collaborating and making progress. Yes, ICLEI is the network of local governments, sustainability. We are living the legacy of local Agenda 21, and we are trying to bring the notion of it is time for multi-level action. But we have seen that there are around 60 or so countries who have brought new NDCs. Very few of them, not all of them are so much ambitious. Those who are ambitious are the ones who have worked with their local and regional governments, from Japan to Dominican Republic, so across the space. And at the local level, yesterday at the Open Dialogue, the intervention was delivered by Recife, mayor of Recife. He's the youngest mayor of his town, and he was the result of the youth mobilization in his city, who has declared the first resilient city the climate emergency. And another example, that Bonn, which is another city that I am living in, and you're familiar with the negotiations, this city now, the climate neutrality target is developed by Bonn for Future, the city community group who have pushed for the climate emergency declaration. And finally, Burgenland is the name of this region who gave power to this process that by hosting. So it is definitely, if we want to bring policy to action, cities, regions are the first place to work with, and youth are the closest to intervene in their politics. In the ACE negotiations, I was saying a couple of virtual Zooms, we have to accelerate the pace of ACE, and we have to bring the People's Action for Climate Empowerment. And I think COP will be one of those because Glasgow says that people make Glasgow livable. So I think we will be having another inspirations from Glasgow, and ACE-AT is one of the bridge that helps us to go further. Thank you, Miro, also for your networking and leadership as well. That's a great pleasure to work with you.
Thank you very much. And in this context, I would like to give a big shout out to the members of ICOS. Who is a member of ICOS here? I see very many friends here. Wonderful. And Janko, who is with Janko here. Wonderful. We count on you. Yeah, and really, this is Action for Climate Empowerment, and that's the key to success. And before going to the conclusion, I would like to show briefly the video explaining the digital art. I wanted also to give a shout out to Emmanuel from Ghana. He's also a big ACE leader in Africa. And now let's have a view of 2 minutes video about digital art for climate. That's our way how we want to get creative community engaged in inspiring ambitious action and getting towards resource mobilization. And Catherine will then explain her story and her successes in this field. Please, if we could have the video from Anna Dart, our creative director.
Anna Dart from Exquisite Workers. And I'm absolutely delighted to be invited to speak at COP26. In a challenging year for so many, we are excited to introduce you the results of the art competition for climate change led by the Digital Art for Climate. We hope the stories of the artists from all the world can inspire us to forge new and deeper connections with ourselves and others and the planet Earth. 208 applications are received from 58 countries to inspire climate change. All sorts of media represented: digital and animated artworks, digitized watercolor, oil, acrylic works, mural paintings, collage art, generative art, films and dance, installations and voice, jewelry, fabrics, even magic tricks. 30 finalists which made COP26 collection come from Morocco, Iran, Serbia, US, Mexico, Switzerland, Russia, Philippines, Australia, UK, Spain, China, India, Saudi Arabia, Nigeria, Guatemala, Canada, Kenya, Chile, France, Slovenia, Kazakhstan, and Ukraine. The youngest artist finalist is only 10 years old. Submissions introduce deep awareness and understanding of the climate urgency, personal, original, and creative responses to climate change, displayed a high level of technical art skills, and showcased interesting approaches and emerging new talent. Really difficult to select the winner. We are blessed with having the opportunity to impact our world with the transformational power of art and eco-friendly blockchain technology together. The NFTs reflect a historical moment and a shift in the modus operandi of the art world. The NFTs make us think in a scale of millennia. With the Digital Art for Climate, we hope to create something greater together that the world will remember. And this starts right now. It depends on us. Cast your winner at www.digitalartforclimate.space. Thanks, and see you next year.
And we have a very experienced person and friend, personal friend, Catherine Foster, here with us, who has helped us also setting the initiative up and guiding it towards success. And if you could share also your story from March, it would be interesting for the audience.
No, I'm definitely the last person keeping people from the cross, so I will keep it short. I'm Catherine Foster. I'm the Community Director at the Open Earth Foundation and also the Social Alpha Foundation Fellow. My background actually started in the 1980s when I did a video for the International Year of Youth for the UN about street kids. And then later I found myself as a diplomat for Canada. And part of my work, the glory of that work, of working on climate and human security, was bringing youth to the UN General Assembly as delegates, as actual experts, rather than just voices, rather than just being seen as activists, bringing their experience and their insight and their innovation to the floor of the UN. So I am so thrilled to see that that momentum has continued. What Miroslav is referring to is that for the last few years I've been very privileged to be working in the blockchain and integrated technology space with these organizations, with the World Bank, the UN, and Open Earth and the Social Alpha Foundation. And in March we came together to launch the Carbon Drop, which was a very successful NFT digital art auction, which raised $6.6 million for Open Earth Foundation. And this funding, well, the artists actually included people who had just had a very successful auction at Christie's, Refik Anadol, who will be with us in just a few days, as well as 6 other amazing artists. And it shows the democratization of the space and the interlinkages of these spaces. And I think it's really important to realize that we can actually leverage new financing models, new actors, new types of collaboration to make impact in this space. And that money, just so you know, the money is going to build out open digital infrastructure so that every action does count. And that means we're building a nested climate accounting system so that local actions, city actions can build up to the NDC level and be counted. So I thank you and I welcome you.
Thanks very much, Catherine. And Catherine said they raised with 7 pieces of art 6.6 million. We have 30 pieces of art to the mass. On the 5th of June we will have our auction and we certainly want to reach at least €1 million.
One tip is tag every single crypto millionaire that you know in your tweets about this.
Please help us with social media, and we will succeed together. And as we succeeded with the reception, because yesterday I wanted to order the catering here, and the system said no, this kind of order is not possible. With an email we had to ask. Then I've asked via email. They said okay, our lead time is 96 hours, and you can, if you order now, you can get your catering on Monday. And so, but we've improvised, and so we've had from the bar here drinks and food from the store outside. So things are improvised, but I think it's enough for everyone. But keep your glass, because we don't have so many glass. So please join us here, and let's mingle, let's connect, let's celebrate partnerships and build new partnerships.
OMG, I'm sorry, this is not today's topic. Look at her freaking legs. They're so exhausted.
You could distribute it, please.
The same organization as we got 10 badges.
Oh,